Hi everybody, and welcome to A Course in Miracles Applied. In this channel, you will find videos, short videos, 10 to 40 minutes long. As a whole, they hopefully build a journey through A Course in Miracles of one fellow student on his own path with you. I will be using the chart that you see behind me, and this chart has been done by Kenneth Wapnick. We'll be using it here and there, not all the time, but we'll be using it quite often, as this gives a very good representation of the journey with the Course from heaven, our home, through the ego thought system into the world down here that you might not be able to see, and then back up the ladder, separation led us down, as the Course says, through the right mind, the home of the Holy Spirit and Jesus, back up to heaven and to God. So that'll be the journey, and the individual segments of this channel all discuss one of the aspects of the Course. In this introduction, though, I wanted to make clear to the listener what my vision of the Course is, or what my view of the Course is, because I don't want anybody to think it's one thing and then it turns out to be completely a different one. So I wanted to give you an overview now, so you can decide if you wanted to, listen to other or watch other videos on this channel. So we will go through what the Course is in all those other video clips. What I wanted to do right now is to tell you what I think the Course is not. Sometimes the Course explains things in negative terms, what something is not. For example, all of this above here, above the blue line up here, truth, heaven, eternity, God, love, oneness, life, and Christ, the Course only describes in negative terms, because you cannot, for example, describe oneness or eternity, because our thinking mechanism was made by us so that we don't understand heaven. It was made as a defense against heaven. So trying to describe that is impossible. So Jesus in the Course basically describes this in negative terms, what it is not. And I wanted to talk to you first and foremost in this introductory video about what I believe the Course is not about, which is love. I'm going to read you paragraph 2 of the introduction to the text. I'm going to read to you, forget that. I'm going to read to you paragraph 1 of the introduction of the text, specifically sentence 6 and sentence 7. So sentence 6 says, the Course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. Love is above the blue line. It cannot be taught. We can be prepared for its awareness to come back to us, but love cannot be taught because it's our natural state. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. So the very general notion of the Course is that it's about love. What happens is, I believe, is that when we come to the Course, we all have our stories how we got to it, right? When we come to the Course, we cannot but bring our own past experiences to it. So when we read the course at first, and with at first, I mean 20, 30, 40 years. This is not like the first years, but this is a very long process. So when we first come to the course and a long time into us studying it, we are bringing to the course everything that we have learned up until this point. So when we read the course, we don't read the course, we read our own interpretation of the course. And then we think that's what the course says. And that's totally legitimate, because this is how Jesus picks us up where we are, right? He picks us up at the very point of our journey when we're ready for the course. The course comes into our life, we start working with it, and we start working with how we think the course, what we think the course means, and how it can apply to our lives. The one thing I wanted to say to that is, this is 100% necessary and inevitable, but if we stay on any given rung of the ladders that we are on, that's where we're going to stay, and that's where we think the course is. I see it as our task to take the course as we understand it, bring it into our lives, look at our lives with the principles of the course, learn the course as much as we can, but keep an open mind to the notion that whatever we think we know about the course is a 100th millipart of what the course will lead us to. There is this, I want to say it's lesson 107 or 108, I can't remember, that says something like, remember a state you were in when you felt loved and comforted, and now expand that moment into eternity and multiply it by 100, and then multiply it by 100 more, and then you will have the slightest hint of the fraction of what the actual state you will be in is when truth has come. It's the very same thing with the course. Wherever we are on the rung of the ladder in our process with the course, it is never the top rung. The top rung is our personality completely disappears, fear is gone, and love has come back to our awareness, and that love envelopes everyone and everything at the same time. It is, you cannot describe it, right? So that is my plea to anybody who listens to this or watches this, that to realize that, first of all, the course is not about love. The course is about removing the blocks to the awarenesses of love's presence. And wherever we are in the course, there's always so much more, right? To just keep an open mind. I remember I went to the Foundation for A Course in Miracles in Roscoe in 1996. I had maybe done the course for 3 years. I thought I had a pretty good understanding of the principles, and we were going grocery shopping in this little van, and I told one of the staff members, I said, hey, I think I understand now what the course says. And there were, I think, 4 staff members with me, and they all had the smile on their face. They were like, yeah, right, just wait, in a nice way. They took me in. So that's just my thought up front. So this is not a course about love. This is a course about the opposite of love. This is a course about not about light. This is a course about the darkness. There are many, 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 many beautiful, beautiful passages in the course where Jesus just sings to us, and they're so beautiful and touching, and sometimes you feel like this, you have this direct connection to God or to Jesus or something, right? We all feel that way. Now, if we take those passages as the course, we will not get far at all. At all. And the reason is this. If you think about it this way. If we carry a lamp, one of those old oil lamps, into a dark cave, or we're in a dark cave, we find this lamp, we turn the lamp on, and it illuminates the darkness in front of us, and it illuminates the path that leads us out of the cave. It's not about the lamp. The lamp is there to illuminate the darkness. If we stare at the lamp, we stumble and fall all the time. We must lift the lamp up, look at our path that is illuminated by the lamp, and with that, find our way out. If we just concentrate on the lamp, we will stay in the cave forever. Even though it doesn't seem that way because everything is lit, right? So the lamp is extremely important, but the lamp is only 50% of the story. The other story is to illuminate the darkness so that we can find our way through it. The darkness is an illusion, as the Course says, right? It's not real. The world, everything we experience is not real. However, that's a big however. We made it real. We live in it. We live by it. We believe it 100%. But we don't know at all how much we believe in this illusion as being real. Our whole existence depends on it. We believe it 100%. If we think, we read the Course once and we think, oh, this is all an illusion, forget it. Read it again. After the 10th time, after 40 years, ask that question again, and you will have a completely different answer. Because the Course leads us seemingly into the illusion. It completely lays it bare in front of us. The whole ego thought system, the Course describes the ego thought system in excruciating detail. The lamp is Jesus. And there are sections in the Course that talk about, I have the lamp, I will help you, right? So Jesus has the lamp, but the lamp is completely worthless if we don't look at the darkness. So in order for us to realize this isn't real, we must look at it and go past it. It doesn't happen in a year or 10 years. This is a very hard path. This is not an easy path. And Ken Wapnick always said that, if the Course is working for you, you're not doing the Course, you're doing your own version of the Course. The Course is to take the light and shine on the darkness. This darkness we have hidden for a long, long time, and there's a purpose to us hiding this darkness, so that we can use it as a shield against love. We must look at the shield. We must look at the purpose it serves. We must look at the reason why we have made all this, right? It is a huge defense against love. And you can see how big our fear of love is when you look at how big this defense is. And we must recognize it, we must respect it, and we must look at it with Jesus, and then it can disappear. It can dissipate. It slowly becomes less and less heavy. The heaviness is the guilt that we have laid upon it, but we must look at it. So this Course is not a course about love. This is a course about hatred. This is a course about fear. This is a course about guilt, about sin, all the aspects of the ego thought system that we look at with the light of the Holy Spirit or Jesus next to us. That is the process of the course. All right. So here's a paragraph from chapter 11. It says, "My brother, you are part of God and part of me. When you have at last looked at the ego's foundation without shrinking, you will also have looked upon ours. I come to you from our Father to offer you everything again. Do not refuse it in order to keep a dark cornerstone hidden, for its protection will not save you. I give you the lamp, and I will go with you. You will not take this journey alone." We must realize that this is a journey through the darkness. This is not a journey on summer fields, through breezy air. This is a journey deep into the ego thought system, to the foundation of the ego thought system, that we believe we killed God. That is where the course leads us, and it takes a long time. It takes a lot of preparation. And when we go into this journey with this in mind, we're already 10 years ahead. If we go into this journey thinking, oh, this is A Course in Miracles, oh, it's a miracle, and love, and the angels are singing, nothing's happening. After 2 years, we'll lay the course aside because nothing has happened in our lives. This is not an easy path, it's a hard path. Ken Wapnick once said that, or maybe a couple of times, that A Course in Miracles is the only hard thing that works. I don't think he meant that literally, that it's the only thing that works, but it is a hard path. And it's a journey. The Course in Miracles is a journey, not a book, right? It comes in book form, but it is an internal journey that we undertake, where we slowly but surely build a relationship with the Holy Spirit or Jesus, the lamp, the light, and then we look together on the darkness. That's it. That is the whole purpose of the course, 1,200 pages, and that's what it's about. So this fear, the fear is, from Jesus's perspective, fear is the one thing that holds us back from returning our awareness to love. It's not sin, it's just fear, right? We're calling for love. We are afraid of love. That fear, though, is so all-encompassing. It covers everything we see. It covers our whole life. If you imagine, love is completely abstract and we have no idea what it is. We have our own version of love, right? Which is fully dependent on circumstances or other people. Has nothing to do with love that the Course says, the capital L love. Our whole life is a massive defense apparatus against this love. That's why it takes so long, right? Because the Course says identification is salvation. Our salvation, we think, is to identify with this body and with this world fully, 100%, 24/7. Right? Every day, second by second by second. That's what we want. That's the purpose of our life, is to defend against love. And now the Course comes in and says, okay, let's look at that defense, right? We can't just lay it aside. We think we killed God. Deep down in the foundation of the ego thought system is that we believe we shattered heaven, our individuality rose from the ashes of oneness. We can't even grasp the sense of guilt that we have taken on, the belief in that guilt, right? We have no idea about it. We have small, once in a while we get an inkling, and we see it mostly outside. The reason why we see the guilt outside and the sin outside is because we can't deal with it inside. So we need this guide, we need Jesus and the Holy Spirit to look at that. And if we do the text, if we read through the text, that this is what's going to happen. So very slowly, year after year, we read. If it's 1 page a year, that's fine. We move through it. And while we read the text, we read beautiful passages, right? And then we read really excruciatingly painful passages of the ego. But they are so intertwined that we will be able to look at the ego with the light next to us. But if we only use those passages, we will stay in the darkness. We will stay in it. There's no way out. And there are dozens of passages in the Course that say exactly that. The Course says we are at home in God, dreaming of exile, right, in chapter 10. And in order for us to awaken from this dream, from this nightmare, what we need to do is look at the ego's foundation and then make a decision against it. The whole process of the Course leads us to this moment of decision making that we're making right now, but we're not aware of it. We're right now making the decision for the ego 99.99% of the time without being aware of it. The Course restores to us to this point of decision making where we can make another choice. But we have to be very clear what we're deciding against. And at that moment, we will also know what we're deciding towards, right? What we are making a decision for when we finally decide for the Holy Spirit. Once we have fully looked at the ego with the Holy Spirit next to us, both of those will disappear and we're back with God that we have never left. And there's a nice 3 lines that I wanted to read as a closing for this segment. It's found in the workbook, page 302. Let me just see where this is. It's lesson 302, sorry. Where darkness was, I look upon the light. And it says here, our love awaits us as we go to him and walks beside us, showing us the way. He fails in nothing. He the end we seek, and he the means by which we go to him. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the short videos on this channel. Thanks so much.